How long are you doing comedy now?
28.
Yeah, I'm doing it 41.
41.
It's like when I think of even the arena days, let's say, that's like a different lifetime ago. Like when I get on Instagram, why don't you have the black in your hair? Because I don't want to be that. I hardly wear the leathers anymore. I like going on in a T-shirt and my jeans. Because I've seen, I got a little angry with Sebastian for a while because forget about Dice Influenced. He was doing Dice on stage in specials, and I love the guy. He opened for me years ago, and I would only have people open for me that I saw potential in, and even back then I'd say it's too dicey, and then through the years he got dicier, but then he came back to himself, and. Originally, what got me mad at him was when he was on Mark Maron talking, and Mark Maron was asking him about opening for me and, asking him to tell some stories, which we have a lot of, about hanging with me. And he wouldn't tell any stories. He wouldn't tell anything. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? I took you under my wing. So it started getting me angry, and then comics would get me angrier. Going, he's like Dice Light when he's up there, with the leather jacket. But before he did The Garden, which he did 4 nights, which is unbelievable, I do love the guy. So when he went on the Howard Stern show and Stern questioned him about me, he answered Stern the right way. So I wrote a whole thing on Instagram about how great the guy is. And to him, like, I'm with you. Like I wouldn't want him to think like I wasn't behind him, because there have been other comics now, like Bill Burr has talked to me about the influence I was in his life and how he saw me at Boston, not the Boston Garden, I think the Boston Centrum. And Bill's one of the funniest, that. And he he plays drums. And when I was doing the arenas, I would end with a giant drum solo. I would play it to I had like an 8-piece band, so I would do the Elvis thing. I would do the Travolta thing, doing Grease Lightning. I would even do some songs I would do Love Won't Let Me Wait by Luther Vandross, just with a keyboard player. And then I would do Soul Sacrifice with the band from Santana. And I'd go into a big drum solo. So Bill, I saw him, he was filming Bill Burr Presents, which Eleanor did a spot on for Comedy Central. So I went to the taping, and I'm going, I want you to play the drums on stage. He goes, no, I won't do it, because that's what you did. And I go, but I also did arenas, and you're doing that, so play the drums if you want to play the drums. I said, I'll come up with you one night. We'll do a double drum solo, But I love the influence I brought in. When I was doing the arenas, I didn't think that others were ever going to do it. Like, you got to be a certain kind of performer to be able to entertain 20,000 people. I geared myself for that my whole life. I didn't study comics. I studied Elvis. That's who I studied. Elvis, Buddy Rich, like the greatest of the greats. So when I made it, I knew how to perform, and but other comics have come along. Rogan, he's doing arenas. You're doing big theaters. Chappelle's doing it. But I love, Kevin Hart has spoken about me in detail about what I did for him. When I'm 30 years old, I'm not thinking about a guy that's, 2 years old or 10 years old going, I want to be that. But that's who I was watching Elvis do the 68 comeback special when I was 12. Going, oh, I could be that. And I didn't mean as a singer, just the whole image of that person. And that's what I became in stand-up. And now, because so many comics are wearing leather jackets on stage, I'm going, fuck that. I'll find something else. Because I've always set a trend. I don't follow, I can't have every other comic wearing a motorcycle jacket on stage and be going up with the motorcycle jacket. So I went to the T-shirts, and I'll cut them out. I cut them a certain way, and and trust me, it's a lot easier because some of my leathers weighed like 20 pounds.
Jesus.
How many altogether you got?
A couple hundred. I have all
Still?
Yeah, I have them all. Now and then I'll give a leather away. Like one, if I like somebody, I'll give them like leathers that I wore in concert, but not like the Dice Rules or the Dice Man Cometh or the MTV Jack. I have all of that stuff. Yeah, you don't get that's for my sons. You don't give that stuff away.
It's funny how Richard Pryor introduced me to comedy. Dangerfield made me thought about doing comedy, and you pushed me over the edge. You pushed me over.
That's a cool thing.
Like, you pushed me over the edge. Like, I knew once I saw you let me know I could do it. You would let me know while you were shooting you could do this. That's, would you like to buy a flower for the lady? Yeah, so I could plant it in your ass. All that stuff was what I was thinking. So at first I was pissed at you for like the first week. This motherfucker stole my shit. He didn't even know me, and he stole my shit right out of my fucking head.
Well, it's street. It's street humor.
It was so relatable to me. And then I showed everybody who would listen. It was that type of campaign. Like anybody who would listen. My in-laws were from Buffalo, Catholic. I remember having my father-in-law in the room with the door locked, fucking howling. Fucking howling.
It's so crazy.
Now, do you have dates for this special? Anywhere for this tour?
Yeah, well, they go on sale tomorrow. I'm only putting, this is what's so nuts. We just should have released like 20 dates, but, there'll be more next week, because these are going to be sold out tomorrow, and like I said, one of them, is a cut down arena. And, when my agent called me today, he goes, the pre-sales are ridiculous. That's exciting news because I want this to be giant because, like I said, I just didn't like, them squashing this girl who's entertained millions of people her whole adult life. And because, we're living in a world where you just say something and you lose a career. Not even do something. You say something and you're being held accountable. When people are getting off of murder, they're walking, but yet you said something and everybody, they shouldn't be on TV. So I was like, fuck that. We're going to tour, and that's why the name is so great. Mr. and Mrs. America, and I look at it like making America laugh again. Because people, mediocre has become the new great. My son Max told me that. He goes, like, when I watch these comedy specials, like, I'll give it up if somebody's great. I want to laugh my bull. Like,
me too. Yeah,
I'll be honest, when I watched, I'll bring back Sebastian again, and I hope he hears this because I watched him. It was at Radio City Music Hall, was his last special. And I sat there with my son Dylan laughing like an idiot.
We're going in like fucking Marines, you understand me?
Welcome to church, motherfucker.